Hey again, it's Rob from JoeAday.com, and if you're a fan of G.I. Joe of the 80s and you remember the comic book, you'll remember something that would come out each year from Marvel Comics, was the G.I. Joe Yearbook, which had news and interesting tidbits about what had happened in G.I. Joe in the last year. Also would cover things with the TV show, and upcoming toys and things like that. Well, there was also, believe it or not, a book. Yeah, Fact in Yearbook, released in 1984. This one was, actually. It's part of another feature. That's How I Found It, covering things just as we found them in the wild and wacky. And through the years, I've found a lot of stuff covering G.I. Joe. Interesting little ancillary things. This one, just like the comic yearbook, features the first issue of G.I. Joe from Marvel Comics. In here, it's got, it wouldn't be good old Hasbro in the 80s if they didn't try to do some kind of cross-sell. So they're asking you to subscribe to the G.I. Joe comic book inside. There's also file cards up through, I believe, some of the 85 figures. As you can see, there's airtight right there. There's also, interestingly, some stickers. Portfolio of G.I. Joe stickers. So that's cool, and there's some fun stuff. Like there's even some things like a word scramble, codename scramble. There are word searches. So before kids these days with their iPods and their iPads and their Android tablets and things, we were entertained by stuff like this, right? Just a book, just a plain old book. You stick it in your pocket, take it with you. Look, you got your stickers. You got some fun puzzles you can play there in the back seat of the car while you're on a trip. This is what we had, folks. This is what we had, and we liked it. We loved it. Anyway, I'm sorry to be all curmudgeonly an old guy right there for a minute, but anyway, what I found really interesting about this book was there's actually some preliminary sketches in here, which is really interesting. I don't remember if the comic yearbook had this, but the one that even shows the most interesting to me, if I can find it here. Excuse me, this is all unedited and live here. There we go. There's Zartan with various design sketches in there. That's really interesting. There's a Dragonfly, Sky Striker. So there's a lot of interesting and fun and cool stuff in here. Oh yeah, there's even instructions on how to land a helicopter, so you can have your figure do, the various hand signals. There's even things about safety, because you want to stay safe when you're a kid. But yeah, it's the yearbook. It's the G.I. Joe yearbook. It's fantastic. Oh yeah, by the way, you can start to watch G.I. Joe every weekday in September 1985. Once again, they sell. Which is, hey, that's how they got it all to work, right? Back then, they got it all. The marketing was diabolical. Anyway, That's How I Found It, with the G.I. Joe Fact and Yearbook from 1984/1985. Rob from Joe Day with That's How I Found It, signing off, saying, Yo Joe.